Yeah, I know, the obvious answer, dump her unfaithful ass. But I know you know it isn't that simple. Here's our story. We've been dating for 6 years, and I've never been unfaithful and neither has she. Until last week we had a fight about private stuff and it got heated. Later that night she's been planning for weeks to go downtown to a club with some friends with her college sorority. So she left with her friends pretty mad at me and I at her. So she left, I watched some Shark Tank and went to sleep at around 12. I wake up 4 hours later to crying. We're in an apartment so sound travels easy. My fiancé is with her friend on the couch and my fiancé is bawling. I start getting upset and ask what's wrong. My fiancé got very drunk and hooked up with a guy in the women's bathroom, in the short story. Her friend told me she lost my fiancé in the crowd and when she saw her again she was crying in a corner. My fiancé begged my forgiveness and told me she'd never do it again and not even a second later she threw up on our floor. I told her friend it's okay and to go home and I got my fiancé into bed and she passed out. I didn't go to sleep, I was in shock and didn't know what to think. It's been a week now and we both haven't talked about it. I don't know what to do. I love this girl, I don't think it's possible for me to be with anyone else. She's been in my life for years and has supported me through my endless struggles with academics and sports and has always been on my side. I really don't know what to do. I've been feeling sick that past few days, I don't know from an actually sickness or stress. I haven't told my parents because they adore my fiancé and I don't want to ruin that. What should I do? Edit. I'm sorry for the confusion. I used the term hooked up, assuming that she had sex with the person, but I didn't know exactly what she did because I never asked until last night. We talked. Even though she was crying throughout, she told she never had sex and never did anything sexual, just made out with the guy. And for those saying the argument wasn't a big deal, it is. I figured it's anonymous so it doesn't matter. She's been a smoker ever since I met her and I've been trying to make her stop for the past year now for the sake of herself and our possible family. It still doesn't excuse what she did, but you can see it isn't a light subject. But what I don't understand is why she could barely speak to me about it for a week, since it was so light intimacy as just kissing? I don't know if I can believe it or not. I'm going to talk to her friends to see what they say. My fiancé says that it was only for a couple of minutes until she realized what she was doing and immediately stopped. I think I'll be able to forgive her, but I won't forget. I still don't know what to say to the family, but at least I know the details. Thanks for the help everyone, I'll keep you posted. Edit 2. I just got off the phone with friends that she went to the club with. Here's what happened. They all ordered drinks and were waiting and talking to each other at the bar at the side of the club. My fiancé was looking very upset and seemed to be minding her own business and ordering drinks after drinks. They left her do what she wanted to for some time. One of her friends did tell me a guy no older than 30 was ordering drinks next to her and making eye contact with her. Her friends though nothing of it, and when she looked back the man was ordering her drinks, even though she was already very drunk at this point. They were talking and at this point the friend went to my fiancé and asked her if she was alright and she said she was fine. The friend told me the guy didn't look at her and looked away, and that he looked sketchy. The friend went back to talk to others and when she looked for my fiancé again she was gone. Her and her friends were looking for her for 10 to 20 minutes or so, and that's when they found her in a corner. She was crying and when they asked what's wrong she kept saying, "He's going to hate me, everything is ruined, I'm so sorry." So there's the full story I guess. Maybe truth, maybe not. I'm still deciding what to do, but one's for sure. She won't be seeing me in a church for years if ever. I'll keep you posted. Last edit. So I've made up my mind. I'm going to keep dating her for a bit to see how things turn up. She agreed to take a polygraph. If it was just kissing then I will stay with her but will not marry her. Simple as that. I can't accept the fact my future wife cheated on me, no matter the level of intimacy. She has agreed that if the polygraph shows her lying about anything that she will tell everyone what she did and why the wedding was cancelled, and I will keep the apartment. I can't deny the fact that I love her, still, so much. But the fact that I love her so much makes it hurt even more. Thanks for the support, comments, and private messages, really. If anyone needs to talk to me about problems please feel free to reach out to me. Again, thank you. Comments. 1. You know, I've gotten into fights with girlfriends dozens of times in my lifetime. I never, not once, went out, got drunk, and fucked someone else. Do not marry a cheater. What happens the next time you have a fight and she's mad at you? Or the time after that? Or the time after that? It is far cheaper to cancel a wedding than have a divorce. Point 2. I married mine after a similar story. I'm glad to see all the people here who try their damnedest to claim that that's just not how people work in real life. But I wish I could say the same. Her regret means nothing. She will do it again and be equally regretful. She's not stable or she's too immature. I'm sorry, dude. I know that you, like me, will ignore this and do what you want. I just want you to know I'm sorry and that I hope you'll do the right thing. Which is to get on with your life without her, no matter how hard it feels. Or would you rather spend 3 or 4 more years of your life? Potentially have a child and then get everything ruined? The "I didn't have sex with him" lasts until you would be able to prove that she did indeed have sex with him. Which in your case unfortunately is never most likely. Which means it'll have to wait until the next time she does. Or the next time after that. All the while she will deny everything until proof is on the table. Here's what I would do if I were you, and if I was still serious about this girl. You can stay with her if you want. But I will caution you extremely, to not marry her. Tell her you need more time because of this. And if this makes her fall away from you, or makes her cheat again later down the line, and she starts blaming you for you guys falling apart, then you'll know she's truly crazy and you definitely need to go. I wish you luck, man. I wish no one the bullshit I had to go through. All I'm saying is that you can forgive this woman as much as you want. Stay engaged as long as you like. But I will repeat this. Do not marry her. She needs many more years if that's going to work. I'm deadly serious. 3. You can forgive her, but you will always know she cheated. You won't be able to truly trust her again. You will second guess her, doubt her if you stay with her. She can see this as you being a doormat. Woot, I got away with cheating once, he forgave me, so if I do it again, he's gonna forgive me again. Emo. You got into a fight and she used it as an excuse to cheat. She probably get mad at you about something and do it again. 4. If I truly love someone and if they were to hurt me like that by cheating, I'd be mad, but I would still give them a second chance. I know getting drunk you become reckless and you tend to make stupid mistakes. Maybe since you guys are getting close to getting married, she also might be stressed out. After all, it is a big event and checkpoint in your life. I would say forgive her, but I guess it all depends on how you look at it and how you feel. Advice. Found out my 30 male wife, 28 female, cheated on me while we were engaged. I proposed to the girl of my dreams in October last year after 4 years of dating. We're a normal couple, quirky and unique, some personality differences but nothing we couldn't agree to work on. We even volunteered for and attended some marriage preparation courses to prepare us for living with each other and reconciling differences through communication. So far, everything was great. In March this year, I got sent away to a foreign country for 3 months. We were saddened to be separated 6 months before our wedding, but we called and texted regularly throughout. However, she was a different person when I came back, argumentative and resentful. After a couple of big fights, we saw a marriage counselor and she went off to them about how I was boring and rigid and never wanted to try new things. She also complained that I never wanted to socialize with her friends and it was killing our relationship. I took the pointers and started working on them to better myself in our relationship, and we agreed to continue with our wedding. A couple of red flags appeared before the wedding. She used to allow me to use her phone without hesitation and she was now defensive about it. I also found out she started smoking, which led to a huge argument, but we still worked through these things. Needless to say, the sex became nearly non-existent and what little sex we had was completely unsatisfying. It was amazing most of the time before I left. I suspected she was cheating on me and tried my best to gather some circumstantial evidence to prove my theory. The wedding was a miracle, and everybody thought we were happy and in love. She moved in with me, and the bliss of being married made our first couple of weeks peaceful. She insisted on being allowed to go clubbing, and I allowed her to go party with her female friend. I've met her and she's cool, despite my reservations about a married woman partying until dawn. However, my only request was that she inform me what time she was going to come home, and she failed to do this 3 times in a row. She went clubbing every weekend since she moved in. I got really upset at her on the first and second time and she apologized. The third time it happened, I lost my shit and went to my parents to cool things off. She was desperate for me to come back and apologetic. I came back and began a tirade about how irresponsible she was. In the middle of my tirade, I let loose the evidence I had of her cheating, and she did admit she had been sleeping with a guy while I was overseas. A guy hit on her at the train station and she ended up fucking him at his place 6 times and going for a holiday with him where they fucked 8 to 10 times, according to her. She claimed to feel guilt. Her excuse? I felt lonely, plus, I wanted a different sexual experience. She also claimed that she cut things off with him after I came back. She also confessed to using Tinder but claims that she never slept with anyone else but him. I spent some time thinking things over and sat her down to make an ultimatum to not go clubbing more than twice a month, and to inform me of the time she's going to come back to attend couples marriage therapy to improve our marriage and address her desire to want to try multiple sexual partners to have sex with me more often, since we're married, to allow me unrestricted access to her phone, to give me reassurance that she's not cheating. I positioned these pointers as a means to win back my trust in this relationship, or we would have to end it. After 2 hours of deliberation on her part, she agreed to my pointers to stay in the relationship, but now has become angry and resentful at me because I am lousy at this relationship. I really don't know what to do with this woman. I love her a lot and I've spent so much time caring for her emotional issues and helping her through her eating disorder, visited her every day when she was warded at the start of our relationship, but now it feels like she's just keeping me around because I'm useful. Edit. Alright, I've laid down my request for openness and honesty from her and she has come clean. She had sex with 16 guys while I was away and even after I came back, all off Tinder. She admits there's something seriously wrong with her and we are going to see a counselor. Doubt this is gonna work. Comments. 1. Annulment may be your best choice right now. At the very least, a full STD screening for both of you. Her unwillingness to do the work for her months-long affair suggests she's not capable of maintaining trust in a stable marriage. You need to take steps to improve your self-worth. 2. She's 28, there are teens more mature and responsible than your wife. Do you think it's going to get better? According to the information you provide, the answer is no. Cheats, treats you like shit, goes clubbing, and that's assuming that all she's doing is hanging out with friends and not trying to meet new people to hook up with, or grinding on random guys. Then on top of everything, she's upset that she can't continue her shitty behavior. Here's what you do. Divorce. Don't tell her anything, just gather all the evidence, see a lawyer, and separate finances. Keep everything to yourself until you have the papers to give her. She's 28. At this point, you divorcing her would be the event in her life that would get her to change her ways, and that's a maybe. You may be afraid of being alone at 30, but another way to look at it is that you can be in your late 30s with kids and still needing to divorce her. 3. Alright, I've laid down my request for openness and honesty from her and she has come clean. She had sex with 16 guys while I was away and even after I came back, all off Tinder. She admits there's something seriously wrong with her and we are going to see a counselor. Doubt this is gonna work. 4. Your wife needs to grow up before she can be any kind of relationship. I would not spend one more moment of my time on her, except to tell her to get therapy to work on herself. Who knows what kind of crap she'll pull next, based on her next whim. Based on the length of your marriage, you might be able to get an annulment, which should be easier than a divorce. Get away from her and never look back. 5. It's bad enough she cheated. But with 16 men, that you know of, she's a liar and cheater. This is not love. This is a torture chamber and she's in control, not you. She's making you look like a major ding-dong and you are a nice guy. She deserves a swift and clean ghosting or a swift and clean divorce, or a swift and sweet revenge.